take the Subaru for a very, very quick drive. Like I said, I don't have very far to take it, but never made a driving video of it, and I have had a few videos of this car on my channel. I'm gonna go very slow down the alley because I just washed it. One nice thing about a car like this, you don't have to worry about scraping on anything. And man, even with the automatic transmission, this car still scoots. I mean, I love the power that it has. I really do. And I love the way it's delivered. Because it's honestly a quiet engine unless you really, really get on it. And you can see what I mean. It moves. And the steering, very nice and snappy. It's hydraulic, of course, and it's got just that very nice older car feel to it. God, I love this thing. I still would drive this car. As much as I love my Accord, I would still love to have this car because it just goes. I mean, the 4-cylinder ones of these definitely did not do the car any justice. Because we actually, my dad almost bought a 03 Outback. It was a 4-cylinder with a stick. And he ended up getting a Passat wagon instead, which both of those cars are about as equally unreliable. But the H6 just completely changes the way this car drives. Like I said, the steering too, it loads up perfectly. You've got these very nice leather bolsters on the wheel. And the transmission, honestly, is not that bad. It's pretty responsive for just a 4-speed auto. This one has been rebuilt, as I mentioned in my tour. Overall, the car is a pretty comfortable ride. There is a bit of road and wind noise with it, I do have to say that, but it's comfortable for the most part. It definitely does soak up bumps. And with the all-wheel drive, especially Subaru all-wheel drive, you've got nothing to worry about. I love the way this engine sounds and just the way the power is delivered with it. And overall, it's a very the view in this car is great, the way it looks out over the hood and everything. And then also too, typical old car, pillars are very nice and thin. There's glass pretty much all the way around, so visibility is perfect. I mean, I know some people might cry because there's no backup camera, but it's honestly a very easy car to parallel park and drive around the city because it's just so easy to see out of. And I think that's one of the reasons my grandmother does not want to get rid of this car, is she's so comfortable with the way it is. That's the first thing she says every new car she gets in today, is that she can't see. But I think maybe possibly in the next year or so, my grandparents may look at either a V60 cross country, a regular V60, or a XC70. They really do like having at least one wagon. They used to have two, but now that they have their Camry V6, this is the only wagon. But they definitely do like having two. And I think she'd like the V60 a lot, because it's pretty much the closest thing to this car out there today. I mean, I really like the new Outback, but it's too big. She does not like the size of it, and I don't blame her for that either. And the V60 is a really nice car, especially the cross country. And also, Volvo is like the least pretentious luxury brand out there. So, I think it would be a good fit for them too. But it will be sad the day that this car does end up going, because this is pretty much the last car, well, one of maybe the last 2 or 3 cars in my family that's around from my childhood. That's been around pretty much my entire life. I mean, they bought this car when I was 4 or 5, I can't remember exactly, but it's been fantastic. I mean, it's had its things here and there like all old cars do, but they've taken excellent care of it. This thing has been all over up and down the East Coast. They've driven it up to New England and New York tons of times, and it's never let them down. You can see what I mean just about how it moves. The one thing I have noticed too, with a lot of cars at work that have wood grain on the steering wheel like this one does, is they'll sit in the sun and melt your fingerprints off. But it's something with the wood in this car, it really does not get that hot once it's sat in the sun. That's just kind of the last little thing I've noticed in this test drive. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and find a parking space for it that's not under a bunch of trees, because I literally just finished washing it. This is good enough. You can see what I mean. Parking it is a dream just because the visibility is so good. The way the mirrors are, it's very easy to see the curb. As always, guys, any questions, comments, anything like that, drop them down below. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.